Hey everyone, I'm back home now. So sorry I didn't do a wrap-up video at the racetrack. Yeah, more like the first video. Yeah, things didn't go well. So definitely a day of going down and straight up and then down. Um, so the main race, 15 laps, started on the front row because of a fantastic job at the race before. So I start second, and I was kind of already feeling the nerves before the race because you know this class for today, like every start had some incident at the first couple corners where people retire, crash into each other, or try to drive through other people. So I didn't have a good feeling, getting through the first um, turn one and then the chicane in a safe, clean way. And unfortunately, that became true. Um, you know, had a good start side by side with the pole sitter. And side by side through turn one. That's all great, and then into the chicane. Because I'm side by side with the pole sitter. We're both going pretty slow, and we both got good amount of experience. But at people, I mean, I don't know how many rows back, but basically I just feel a huge shove, and then I'm in the barrier. Um, and I'm looking around me like four other cars in the barrier. After the race, I reached out to one of the people that hit me from behind, or actually next to me, and said he didn't do anything. It was like apparently people from rows behind him, or even another row behind that row, basically just a huge pile up from behind, and then kind of just domino effect towards me on the outside of the front row. So I hit the barrier, got off track, was able to pull back and continue, but I have lost, I think, 4 or 5 places already. I was able to make up, I think 1 or 2, but the last person who ended up third place was pretty difficult to pass. He was much slower, but kind of was pretty smart about where he's placing his car, um, and just not easy class to pass in because all of our carts are actually very very slow because we're very very heavy, and some of these corners we don't have to brake very hard because we're not arriving at it very fast in the first place. So without that speed differential, and if you're faster than somebody, say half a second faster in lap, which was huge, you're only barely half a cart ahead at the end of any kind of straight line. When it's time to brake, you only have a cart ahead, so it's not safe to pass. It's just almost impossible. So that's yeah, I mean that kind of really kind of bummed me out. We're looking good as second place, at least for sure. We're thinking all day, at least a podium. And now we're finishing fourth. And I remember on the second heat race before the main, Denise came to me at the end of the race and said like I was a superhero because I started 8th and made it to second. And it was like, and I was really feeling really positive. And then to now actually end the weekend in fourth, when I'm at least the second fastest car in my class, is just terrible. I mean, it's just really I feel terrible. Putting all that work the last 2 weeks, all the gym sessions, even all the iRacing I'm doing the last couple months, just to work on the racecraft and the mental aspect. And they all paid well. I think I drove very very well today, given all the adversity. The flat tire in the morning, ran out of, gearing parts. We never ended up being on the gear that we originally wanted to be on. I think we're a little one taller than we want to be, which probably contributed to why, this final race I wasn't able to make that final pass, because, you know, it's easy to pass when tall, but maybe I'm one too tall. So, all these adversity kind of I've overcome, drove very well, but still end up fourth. Oh, and then, with, two person in front of me that's very, very slow, much slower. Just this is painful. This is really, really painful. And, just kind of to feel, yeah, I mean, it's just, I guess motorsport has always been like this, right? Is, you put in a lot of hard work, but it's still a good 20, 30, or 40, depending, I guess, in this class, 60% just random. And I mean, this is the sport that I chose. It kind of sucks. So I mean, I took the entire 2-hour drive home, kind of digest, what happened. I really, I mean, at 2 hours ago at the track, I was ready to quit the class. I was like, hey, let's I'm driving a cart. I'm in a class, or just because that's my age, but other than the guy who won the race, I'm pretty much faster than everybody else. But just because we're racing this class, with a lot of 45 to 56-year-old people, I have to put 80 pounds on my cart, and so I'm driving a car I don't really enjoy. It's a challenge, and that's why I'm still here racing it. But it's not really that fun. That car is not that fun to drive. It's 80 pounds. It's just fully momentum. It's about being tedious. Now I'm kind of on top of it, which I'm proud of. But really, like, all that and then this. So I was ready to quit the class. I was like, what? Let's just take off 60 pounds. Let's go to where the kids are racing the same motor. Because I was watching them race, and they look pretty clean. Like, all 3 races, nobody's crashing. Everybody making through the first, sector on lap 1. So, I was ready to quit the class. But now, I mean, kind of reflective. But, my hard work, I'm, the second fastest person in my class today. And probably, and I remember last year we ended up, third. Same situation, second fastest person in my class today, but finishing third because losing out to somebody who knew the track very, very well. I guess I'm pretty competitive in this class. To move out of it, go race with the kids, potentially dropping back in the middle of the pack. Is I guess it's too early for me to make a conclusion. But anyway, that's kind of I want to make a video. I know I'm in a bedroom right now, but I figured if I don't make this video, I'm not gonna make it. So yeah, pretty happy today. I see Chris watching. Yeah, congratulations to Charlotte. It looks like did she got by Seth in her karting, in her shifter class. So that's amazing. So looking forward to maybe having one more race by the end of this year in December. Fingers crossed. And hopefully more video coming. I've got some good onboarding video I'm gonna try to cut together and share on YouTube. Just again, leave me a comment if anything you'd like to find out. Talk to you soon.